China has been making several efforts to reclaim and stop desertification, a significant environmental issue in the nation. It occupies 27% of China's total land area and seriously jeopardizes the nation's ecology, economy, and way of life. China has recently finished a number of significant transportation projects across deserts, including the Tacoma and Gobi deserts. Hello and welcome back to our channel. We currently face a fascinating problem that has piqued the interest of the global community. As we explore the unexpected turn of events around China's insane mega-desert constructions, as we delve into the interesting realm of the makers, we will learn the unique factors that spark these significant initiatives. Join us as we investigate to see if there's more to the tale than simply going on this adventure with us. Don't just watch, subscribe and give us your thoughts on the Chinese mega projects. In addition, China has used ways for planting trees to stop desertification. China planted trees on 7.1 million hectares of land, increasing the total area covered by forests to 70.2 million hectares, according to the National Forestry and Grassland Agency. Through increased carbon sequestration and decreased soil erosion, these measures have not only reduced desertification, but also assisted in the fight against climate change. The process of building a roadway is one that has several distinct stages. The recently completed construction of a new highway in China's Tacoma Desert serves as an excellent illustration of the procedure required in creating a new highway. The first phase of the process involved surveying the area and designing the roadway. Engineers had to take into account the challenging terrain of the desert, which included tall sand dunes and low-lying areas between them. Construction of the usual Keqiang highway began in October 27 and took nearly 4 years to complete. As soon as the design was finished, they had to make sure the route could resist the region's severe weather, which frequently included sandstorms. Beginning with leveling off sand dunes and filling up low-lying regions, the construction workers started the process of clearing the ground and constructing the foundation for the road. The highway was created using layers of various materials, including gravel, asphalt, and concrete. More than 900 kilometers of barriers and 58 million square meters of grass grids were installed by the construction crews along the route to prevent it from being covered by sand. These measures served to settle the sand and stop it from being blown into the road. Infrastructure including drainage systems, culverts, and bridges had to be installed during the construction phase to guarantee that the road would be safe and passable in all weather circumstances. Once the highway was finished, the route was paved and designated with lane markings and signs. It was open to traffic, giving people and commodities a quicker and more effective method to cross the desert. The Tacoma Desert, which is the biggest desert in China, is traversed by the New South Shannon Railway in the Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Area. A total of 38.5 billion yuan, or about $5.5 billion, was invested in the construction of the New South Xinjiang Railway, which connects the two major cities of Hotan and Kashgar over a distance of 1,213 kilometers. Work on the project started in the year 2009 and was finished in the year 2026. 1,210 kilometers of track were laid as part of the project, along with the building of 227 bridges, 23 tunnels, 8 stations, and more. Preparing the soil before laying the rails is one of the essential methods for constructing railroads in the desert. To create a sturdy foundation, the land needs to be leveled, compacted, and stabilized. In the case of the New South Xinjiang, railway engineers improved the ground stability by adding a layer of gravel. Engineers use a ballast bed consisting of crushed rock and gravel while building rails to prevent the lines from sinking or moving as a result of shifting sands. The ballast bed serves to disperse the weight of the tracks and provide the railway stability. Construction teams also use specialized tools and materials to deal with the high temperatures in the desert, such as concrete that sets quickly to prevent it from drying out too quickly in the heat, as well as cooling systems and shapes that tend to protect workers from heat stroke and dehydration. Engineers also take precautions to safeguard the railway from sand dunes, and workers on the winter ocean have developed a green method to stop sand from interfering with rail operations. With tall trees planted along the outer areas to slow wind speeds and shrubs planted along the inner areas to fix, the construction of the Hotel-Romjiang Railway, which extends 825 kilometers through the southern edge of the desert, required the planting of nearly 13 million shrubs and trees. Smartphones have also been used to regulate the automated watering of the sand. In China's Xinjiang area, The same and preventative green corridor has been constructed beside the Hotan-Romshi Railway. This important national railway project spans over 825 kilometers and passes through the southern rim of the Tacoma Desert. 13 million shrub and tree seedlings and 50 million square meters of grass grids cover 300 kilometers along the railway to form the belt. In order to ensure smooth operation and lower the danger of accidents brought on by sandstorms, the Xinjiang Hotan-Romshi Railway Company Limited said that the Sandshield Greenbelt would assist prevent the encroachment of sand onto the railway. Following the completion of the last segment of the Tacoma Desert Railway Loop Line, the railway is anticipated to begin operations the following month. The economic and social growth of southern Xinjiang is anticipated to be aided by it. An impressive project that demonstrates China's dedication to halting desertification and safeguarding the environment is the Sand Prevention Green Corridor. The Taiwan High-Speed Railway, or Taiwan High-Speed Rail or THSR, is a high-speed rail network that runs to Taiwan. It was the country's first high-speed rail system and has been in service from the year 2000. Our project was started in the late 1990s. Taiwan's network connects the country's major cities including Taipei, Taiwan-Shin, Chengxi, Tainan, and Kaohsiung, offering a more effective and convenient transportation alternative for tourists. The network's total length is 345 kilometers. Passengers may travel from Taipei to Kaohsiung in about 90 minutes because to the train's maximum operational speed of 300 kilometers per hour. The construction of the third U.S. water system was a significant undertaking that required extensive planning, coordination, and funding. The project's total cost, which was primarily covered by private investment loans from international financial institutions, was estimated to be around 466 billion US dollars or 466 billion NTD. The utilization of cutting-edge technology and safety precautions by the U.S. rail system is one of its most distinctive aspects. The trains are outfitted with cutting-edge speed control, signaling the communication systems that guarantee the train's efficient and safe operation. In addition, our system is built to endure Taiwan's frequent typhoons and earthquakes. Since its beginnings, Taiwan's transportation network and economy have benefited greatly from the THS system. It has gained popularity as a means of transportation for both business and vacationers, and it has promoted economic development in the areas it serves. The high cost of tickets and the perceived negative impact on the environment have been the main sources of criticism. But despite these difficulties, our systems has continued to operate and expand with plans for further extensions to other parts of Taiwan. With the opening of the nation's first solar power plant, which was built in the desert about 80 kilometers west of the capital at a cost of $417 million, the country's renewable energy sector achieved a significant milestone. The plant, which has an output of 800 megawatts, was constructed by a joint venture between 3 Chinese businesses. One of the biggest in the Middle East, the factory has a 10 square kilometer footprint and has almost 2 million solar panels. It is hoped that the country's energy transition, which aims to diversify its energy mix and cut carbon emissions, would move forward as a result of the event. China has made significant efforts to control sand by investigating new techniques, improving relevant law, and launching greening projects. The process and effect of grass grids and green barriers in the construction of highways and rail tracks through the desert have been successful in China as an anti-desertification process. More than half of China's manageable desertification land has been restored over the past 10 years, reducing the desertified land area by more than 4.3 million hectares since 2012. President Xi Jinping has personally been involved in the groundwork and pushing the agenda in person. A number of notable initiatives, including those in the Mo Sui Hunch, Ducky, and Kan deserts and the region around the Coupe Beautiful Desert, which has been turned into an oasis, have progressively established a green ecological barrier along the sandstorm line in northern China. By limiting the quantity of sand that may blow into surrounding areas, grass grids and green barriers used in construction have assisted in preventing desertification. Green barriers entail growing vegetation such as Asian plants surrounding the building area to help anchor them. Grass grids are erected around the boundaries of the work area to establish a barrier that inhibits sand movement. Protect the soil and stop erosion. In the last 10 years, trees have been planted on more than 2 billion hectares of land in China, increasing the country's forest cover by 2.68 percentage points. Earlier data indicated that the country's desert-like land area had increased by an average of 240,400 hectares per year. With more than 2 billion people from 170 countries and regions still at risk from desertification due to years of sand control efforts, the trend from the late 1990s when desert land expanded by 0.04 million hectares annually, desertification remains one of the most pressing issues facing humanity. With the Keqiang Desert, China's seventh largest desert located in the Inner Mongolia Autonomous Region, years of greening efforts turned the desert into a lush green area with restored biodiversity and noticeably improved ecology, lifting more than 100,000 people out of poverty. China has been quite influential in the world. A substantial movement toward clean energy and the reduction of carbon emissions is being made with the development of solar power stations along the Tairi-Him Desert Highway in the Tacoma Desert in the southern portions of China's Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region. In previous years, diesel engines were used to pump irrigation water to irrigate the shelter belts along the highway. However, in 2000, the Tire of Oil Field planted 20 million trees along the highway to protect it from sand intrusion. The Tairi Desert Highway is a 532-kilometer-long road that traverses the Tacoma Desert, which is known as the world's second largest shifting sand desert and China's largest desert. But this year, instead of utilizing diesel generators, 86 photovoltaic power plants are being built beside the highway in an effort to cut carbon emissions. By irrigating the trees with subsurface water, these renewable energy power plants will produce no carbon dioxide emissions. Early efforts to investigate the use of clean energy as a substitute for diesel energy for pumping irrigation water began in the year 2010, when 12 solar power stations were established along the desert route. These early efforts led to the development of the photovoltaic power stations. The success of these initial initiatives led to the renovation of 86 well stations, replacing diesel generators with photovoltaic power generators for pumping irrigation water. Photovoltaic power stations are designed and built differently at each valve station depending on the specific groundwater levels of the area. Photovoltaic panels, which have a lifespan of 25 years and are designed to withstand the sandstone of the desert, are designed to withstand the desert environment and require regular cleaning. The power plants also contain energy storage cabinet that in overcast conditions may provide electricity for up to 7 hours. We hope this voyage was enjoyable for you. Don't forget to press the like button and subscribe to our channel if you enjoyed and found this video interesting. Drop in the comment section, we would love to hear your thoughts and observations. Thank you for watching and joining us on China Mega Projects. We look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye!